video game news that's pissing people off.
What is it, Will? I can't. There's so much here.
The SNES Classic Edition pre-orders at Wal-Mart.
See, this is not pissing me off. This is making me happy as shit.
Basically, the idea of this is a bunch of people pre-ordered the SNES Classic, and they were like, "Okay, I got one," and then Walmart was like, "No, you don't."
Yeah,
sorry.
Walmart's like, "Well, you don't because we put it up too early." Our bad. And then every man-child around the world's like, "You fucking sons of bitches! I want my..." And then they sent out just a recent email being like, expected shipment is September 29th. They're like, well, that's when the system comes out. I'm like, yeah, that's basically telling them, sending another email to you saying you're fucked.
Yeah.
Is basically what that is.
But here's what I don't understand from Walmart's perspective.
Walmart doesn't care, Will.
Why?
It's Walmart.
Why in God's name can't they keep these pre-orders? Is it because they're not guaranteed copies?
They sold them before
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The people paid them.
You ever book a flight, and then you get to the airport, and they're like, "Oh, we overbooked."
Well, sure.
So now you have to go home.
But that's not even this situation.
That's exactly what the situation
They
is.
don't know how many they're getting, period. See, with a flight, they know how many seats they have. They just don't know how many people are not going to show up or cancel. It's the same as the hotel bill.
Yeah, but you just don't you don't just sit there and keep booking people until you're out.
Some
I know they do.
Reservation managers
Trust
do.
me, I know they do.
I've known a few.
I've gotten fucked over a couple times.
And that's how I ended up having to tell two brides they couldn't stay in their suites on their honeymoons. But anyway,
man, people got boned on the 18th green that night. You know what happened.
I just feel like they should have offered them something.
Yeah, they gave him an apology email.
What do you think Walmart's going to do? They have their employees walking around in goddamn capes.
I get that Walmart.
True. They make fucking crack in bathrooms in Walmart.
I get that Walmart isn't exactly the greatest establishment. They have the greatest history of paying their employees well or giving them benefits or whatever.
Or making them actual. Yeah. They're basically slaves that get a sandwich.
But then you go to Walmart and you see the people that they're hiring and you go, oh, well, yeah, okay.
That's very 1% of you.
I went to Walmart recently, walked around looking for something. Not a single person asked me if I needed any help.
You know
There's
why?
shit all over literal shit all over the floor. Fred is not exaggerating. This is the world of Walmart.
Which Walmart did you go to?
I went to West York.
Why do I never go to the Walmarts where there's shit on the floor?
You're missing out.
I've only been to the Walmart.
I want to see this.
They didn't even put up the wet floor sign.
The Walmart on 30 East.
Well, because it's solid metal.
And the one over by where the Giant used to be, I think that's, was that Harrisburg Pike or Fruitvale Pike? It's not Harrisburg Pike, it's like Fruitvale or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
The, like, really small one. And neither of those have been, like, really shitty, ever.
Yeah.
I mean...
that one out there in Fruitville is ghetto as shit, man.
But you don't see terrible
I remember
things
I walked in there after work once, I was like, oh, I had this idea of something I was going to make for dinner. I was like, oh, I need to pick up a couple vegetables. Walk in there, I'm like...
There's no fucking vegetables.
Oh, it's just a frozen section.
Yeah.
And toilet paper.
Yeah. It's like the mini version of the 30 East of Walmart, which actually does have vegetables and shit, but I still wouldn't buy them from there.
But anyhow,
I would not trust any pre-order from Walmart to begin with. Because they do not seem like the most organized organization.
First of all, it being the SNES Classic, I wouldn't even have bothered. Because I know damn well, even if I got my pre-order in, and they started shipping them out and there wasn't any of this shit going on, I'm never going to get it anyway. Because I'm going to be on that tail end of the guy who squeaked in there before they actually changed it to, sold out status or whatever. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. It happens to people that go and try to buy Pops when they put them up online and all. I would always be that guy who's not going to get it. Just like I'm not going to get Bloodstain. I know I'm not going to get it.
You're just supposed to get the emails, so yeah.
I know I'm not going to.
You can just scratch your name right off the list.
He's going to send me the Wii U copy.
No, don't send it to you.
He's going to send you the Atari 2600 version.
Yeah. So here you go. Fuck you.
Hope you like bits.
Fucking love them.
Oodles of them.
I was hoping I could play this on an obsolete system.
But, the more I'm hearing about stuff with the SNES Classic Edition, the more I'm like, because now the whole thing, the controller ports, they didn't do like they did with the NES, where, you could plug that into a Wiimote and use it on, other consoles. It's just looks like a straight up port on a Super Nintendo. So like, okay, so this really can only be used with this system. Okay, all right. I guess they made the controller slightly longer. Okay, all right, that's fine. You know, it's still, you know, if I can get one, if I can walk in a store and see it on a shelf, I'll buy one. Guess what? It ain't gonna happen.
See, what I don't understand is, even people making these fucking cheap-ass versions of, like, you know, plug-and-play shit, they make wireless controllers.
Yeah.
Come on, Nintendo.
Nintendo
Fucking
should have had
knock it
that
off.
same feeling of a wired controller sitting in front of your TV.
No, see, now that's just hipster shit that I can't fucking stand.
Yeah.
Just fucking make a wireless controller.
Well, I'm wondering if the 8-bit Do controllers would work for it. Because
I don't know.
they work, the retro receivers work on original, and they actually made one that worked with the classic edition.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people bitched about the controller cords, which
because they're
they
fucking
are
6 inches
ridiculous. You
long.
gotta like stand like right there.
Well, yeah, because that company's not stupid. They're like, oh, here's something we can make a shit ton of money off of,
absolutely.
because Nintendo fucked
That's
up.
why they're like scrambling to try to get an N64 wireless controller out there that can be used on an N64. But that's just a really tough system to do hardware for. But
Well, yeah, it is.
the fucking controllers.
the thing is, and I've also heard like some other companies when they're planning on doing the pre-orders for the SNES Classic, they're going to limit people to one per person. So that just means that people have to make a bunch of different fake names.
Limited to one per household.
Yeah. One per order is really... You can only add one to your cart. Otherwise, you go to checkout, it's going to remove them. Amazon's already come out and said they're doing that. I think another... I don't know if it was Best Buy, but somebody else said that too.
Why did it take this long to get to this
You
point?
wouldn't think it would have, but it you know, with all the shit
People
we
are
went
fucking
through
disgusting.
with the Amiibo stuff to the
Amiibo
the
news.
Zelda 3DS stuff with the Skull Kid statue and that
Don't
and all that
fucking
stuff.
rope me into this. I paid fair and square.
No, I'm just
outright
saying.
for my stuff.
Well, yeah, but you
Well, I mean,
lucked
you
out
did
too.
steal it from somebody
You lucked
else.
out too.
Hey, it's not stealing if you didn't know I did it.
Wait,
Actually, that's the definition.
that's exactly how stealing works.
I'm no highwayman. I didn't roll up on him in the middle of the night and be like, give me your fucking 3DS.
Like a heist.
I mean, yeah, in that term, yeah, he would know you're stealing from
cat
him.
burglar, okay?
Cat burglar.
For that.
Okay.
I don't know. This shit is gonna all soon hopefully come to a crashing halt.
You know it's gonna be fucking
because
fantastic?
It needs to.
When they finish this and they release the second version of the NES Classic with either new games or slightly more games with better everything about it, and people are gonna be like, well, fuck you, Nintendo.
They'll throw like lost levels on there. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
If
Well,
you-
yeah, and then people that bought the original one are gonna be trying to get rid of it at
Yeah.
whatever cost they can because, like, oh, well, this one's
Well,
obsolete.
you know the other
now.
thing that sucks right now about the NES Classic addiction
And it is an
is the fact that there are a bunch of these out there on eBay and stuff like that. So they made a bunch of them. You just couldn't get them.
Yeah, because these faggots all
Because
bought
these
them.
bastards all went out and got them, and now they're modding them to sell. So you're not even getting like what
The
the original
original
product
was.
is anymore. Now you're getting it like they've
Yeah, they're
broke-
like,
jailbroken them and
we
put-
put 90 million games
Yeah.
on there.
So that's the thing that really sucks about it. But anyway,
Play Sonic right alongside Mario.
Yeah.
Supersonic Brothers.